What is happening, beautiful people? Sat Sri Akal, Namaste, Salam. If you're watching the vlog for the very first time, welcome. My name is Aman. Hope you guys are doing okay. Today's a rainy day, man. It's coming down pretty hard. Gonna be heading out later on. Gonna go meet Sar for some lunch. And then tonight in the evening, I got my YouTube Mastermind group. Plus, I gotta take Risa to her skating. So it's gonna be an action-packed Wednesday, which it typically is. First of all, thanks for all the love for yesterday's video / vlog. I talked about how to stay motivated, how to keep being motivated. If you haven't checked that out, make sure you go check it out. It's yesterday's video. I'll leave a link in the description. I want to do more content like that, and hopefully some of it will work out, and some of you guys will make use of it, and it comes in handy. So that's the plan. On a good note, regarding my side hustle thing, I'm pretty much ready to go. I hope you guys are too. I'm going to start recording my podcast this weekend. I'm going to get 2-3 shows out of the way. Tonight's my mastermind group, so I'm going to ask them some questions about websites, WordPress and stuff like that, because a couple of them use it. So I'm going to be ready to launch hopefully April. That's the goal. I want to get it done first week and launch right away, get the marketing campaigns all done. I haven't looked for a URL yet for the website. I'll probably do that maybe tonight while I'm sitting at the rink while I'm working. So things are looking good, and things are looking up and up. So awesome. Turned out to be not a bad day, man. It's actually bright out. Look at it. Really nice. It's been raining honestly non-stop for like the last 2 weeks. But I did hear that it's supposed to thunder tonight. Man, the weather has just been whatever. I really need to get the weather to get better so I can start working on some of my cars. Not to sound selfish or anything like that, but it's looking all right, man. I'm gonna work for a little bit here. Gonna grab the girls in about half an hour or so. It's already 3 o'clock. Wow, time just flown, man. When you got things on the go, time just rips through. Like it's midweek, and wow, man, I got a lot accomplished. I'm really happy about it. A lot of, obviously work is work, but I was able to shoot a video at lunchtime, got that up, edited. That's up now online on my Dissy record channel. I've been writing notes about my podcast. I've got basically the first 4 themes mapped out. Probably go on Facebook Live or Instagram Live today, because I'm gonna have an hour to spare at the skating rink. So I'm gonna probably go on there and just talk about some stuff, some personal growth stuff. I haven't figured out what, or leadership or something. I'll wing it. So yeah, man, things are looking good. I'm trying to, like I said, build that brand. I've been reading. I feel good, man. I think the next next few months is gonna be critical for me to try to get things in the stride. I gotta get my website up, gotta get the podcast stuff going, so that's what I'm really working on. Like, I've got my website now, Panesar.com. It's just a free Google thing, and it is what it is. It's nothing professional about it. I really want to focus in on that, and that's why I'm so looking forward to the mastermind group today, to get some tips and get some feedback on kind of like what I should do. Wow, fam, what a day, man. It was really, really hectic, super busy, but I got a lot accomplished. My live chat today on Instagram went well. It was awesome. I want to talk about it right now. I talked about what a personal brand is and how you start building one. I won't go into too much detail. I'm actually going to do a podcast on this because I want to keep the video not too long. But basically, a personal brand in today's day and age is really important. I'll explain why in a second. First of all, what is a personal brand? Personal brand is basically you, what you represent, what you stand for, and you use that to enhance your career, to make money, to go forward, to get other people to pay you for stuff. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, you buying Nike shoes because you like that brand, you believe in that brand. It's the same thing. A personal brand is you. And why it's important is because in today's day and age, everyone wants to do business with a person, not necessarily a company. Where you'd say 15, 20 years ago, you had reputable companies, IBM, HP, I can name, Microsoft. But nowadays, the shift has changed from, doing business with a person and having a people-to-people relationship. For example, Steve Jobs from Apple, we all know that's synchronous. Elon Musk of Tesla, on and on and on. That's why personal brand in today's day and age is really important to build. I'll give you another example. Let me explain to you how employers are looking to fill, their applications with people. What they're going to do is research and look at your social media and to see what kind of personal brand you portray. Do you understand what I'm saying? Right? So The point I'm trying to get at is this: your personal brand is you. It's what you eat, it's what you do, it's how you say things, it's how you look, right? It's how you talk, what your swagger is. It's all of that. That's what a personal brand is. So that's why it's really important that you nail that right off the beginning, because it's first impressions. It's a first impression for everything. You understand what I'm saying? Now, how do you build a personal brand? I just want to get into this kind of quickly. First of all, it takes time. It takes patience. It's not that difficult to do as long as you understand what you need to do, where you need to go do it, and just spend the time to get it done. For example, if you want to build your personal brand on social media, the first thing you got to ask yourself is, what brand are you trying to portray, right? For example, my DJ Reminisce brand is all about reminiscing, about remembering things, about remembering the good times. I like playing old school music. There's a certain sort of music that I play. That's my brand, that DJ Reminisce brand. And I know that my target audience are people my age, a little bit older and a little bit younger. So I would say 35 to say 55. And I know that target audience is on Facebook, because Facebook is older people, older generation of people. There's fathers, mothers, grandparents on there. That's my target audience. That's why I focus a lot of my stuff, my podcast, the stuff that I talk about on Facebook, because I can relate to people there. But if you're Gen Y, if you're like, 21, 22 and younger, you got to be on Instagram. You got to be on Snapchat. That's the sort of places you got to be crushing it. I've delved into Instagram now and to focus more on it because I really like the platform, you know what I mean? And I'm going for a different target audience with my, my future podcasts I'm coming up and all these talks I'm talking about now. So again, personal brand, you got to figure out what you want to do, what message you want to, deliver to your target audience, and then you got to figure out who your target audience is and actually go to those areas. Like I'm a big fan of Twitter. Twitter is, one of those things that's kind of like in the middle. A lot of young people use it, a lot of older people use it. That's my favorite social media platform. I found that I get the most engagement on Twitter. My target audience is on Twitter, and I'm able to get the word out on Twitter for my podcast and other stuff that I'm doing, and I'm getting a lot of feedback from that. Like I said, Instagram, I've been on it since day one, but I haven't really focused in on it. And this year, I'm really going to try hard to build a big Instagram following. Again, that's a different beast, right? Like I can't just put whatever I want on Twitter and do the exact same copy put on Instagram. It's two different platforms. One thing you got to keep in mind with building a personal brand is that you got to be authentic. You got to be you. You can't lie. You can't bullshit people because they're going to smell it. And the other thing you got to realize is you can't compare yourself to another brand. You know what I mean? Like if you're comparing yourself to another brand that's bigger, it's got more reach and blah, 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 you got to understand that you can't do that because that brand's story is different from your story. They're unique, just like you're unique. Your story is different from theirs. How you get to the point of whatever you define success is going to be different. Your route's going to be different. Your struggles are going to be different. So you can't compare yourself, and you got to be real and you got to be you. And if you're going to try to build a personal brand on social media, you got to do what social media is being social. Like I guarantee you one thing for sure. Like if you want to build a personal brand and you go and open up, say, a Snapchat account, an Instagram account, and you do absolutely nothing with them, well, I guarantee your personal brand is going to be, probably be tiny. The thing about personal brands you also got to understand is you got to be able to create some sort of story, some sort of connection with your community, because if you're able to do that, you're going to build a strong community. And I said this earlier in my live chat, like I would rather in a heartbeat have 1,000 strong community members that believe in my message, believe in what I say, believe in my products, believe in me, than say 100,000 followers that do absolutely nothing, never engage, never buy anything or never say anything. 100% I would. I definitely would take those 1,000, loyal, community members over like 100,000 that do absolutely nothing. For sure, man. And that's the cool thing that you can do with your personal brand, because you're going to find like-minded people, right? You're going to find, people that connect with you on the same level. And that's what I mean. Like when you want to go out and start branding yourself, you better make sure you think about it, because as soon as you initiate something, as soon as you say something in the world, people are going to receive it in a certain way. So keep that in mind. Again, I'm going to go into more details about branding and personal brands and like podcasts and other videos and stuff like that. But I just want to get you guys thinking about your personal brand, especially those of you that are, kind of do the side hustle with me. You know what I mean? Like my podcast is going to be about entrepreneurship, you know, stuff that is me, that's my brand, you know. It's going to be about online marketing. It's going to be about helping others. That's my whole life. That's all I've done, is been a servant to others, and that's my brand, and that's what this podcast is going to be. So again, you know, personal brand is really important. That's you. It's what you do, how you talk, how you act, how you look, everything all combined. Anything about you, that's your personal brand. And I'll give you a tip. If you guys want to know what your personal brand is, like if you're watching this and you're not sure what your personal brand is, here's an easy way to do this. Okay, get two friends, any two friends, right, that know you really well, and you ask one friend to tell the other friend of what they think about you. Ask them to explain what kind of person you are to the other friend. You will right away know what your brand is. Honestly, it's that simple. So guys, I hope you like this brief chat about personal branding and why it's important. If you're watching this video for the very first time, I greatly appreciate it. Please subscribe, be part of the family. If you want to see more videos just like this, please click on the eye in the sky. Of course, to my peeps, be you, stay optimistic, enjoy the rest of your night. Here's a big high five from me to all of you.